are live.
Wait,
We're live.
Are we live? What?
Yeah.
Huh?
like for sure this time?
Hello, Facebook land. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what I'm going to call it. Facebook land, welcome to another edition of Friday at 420. My name is Mike Nabuurs, the host of the show from Funny 820. And of course, if you are hearing this in your car, and it is actually Friday at about 420, well, then welcome to you as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. We've got a great show lined up for you. Let's get to our panel. Let's just jump right in. Face first. Here he is. What this has been seen. Oh, yeah, you're always plugging something, eh,
Yeah,
Patrick?
they actually-
Patrick Coppolino, everybody, plugging a restaurant he doesn't even have shares in.
They actually just closed.
Oh, no.
That sucks.
COVID claimed them.
What do you mean they closed? They
They
just opened.
closed. I know. And then,
Oh,
the usual.
that's starting the show on a down note, brother.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I need a new hat.
You need one that says Levity. We'll get to your plugs for Levity coming up. But
Yeah.
before we do that, let's introduce our other panelist, as usual. You know him, you love him. We're not sure why. Manolis Zontanos.
Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm awesome. How about you?
I'm great. I got a new haircut. I know the radio can't see it, but you see, I got a.
Oh, my
shit.
Lord. Oh, wow. What did they do to you, dude?
You look like Anthony Kiedis.
I got. Do I? Thank you.
Okay, he likes that. Yeah. Sure.
I've always wanted. What do you call these? It's a faux hawk or mohawk or something like that.
That's a mohawk
It's a mohawk.
for sure.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
a mohawk, mullet hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a mullet.
Oh yeah.
Look at that thing.
I'm
Got
like,
got the mohawk on the side, and then he's got, and you don't mind me saying this, Manolis, because you just turned 50, so it's totally cool. You got a lot of forehead to work with there, pal.
I know, right? I'm making it really short so it doesn't seem. It seems like less is more, or more is less. I don't know. I'm not even
Okay.
sure anymore. I did a
Okay.
bunch of mushrooms on the weekend, and then the next
course.
day, I woke up and my friend's wife cuts hair, and I showed her a picture. I'm like, "Can you do this?" She's like, "Yeah." She did it in like 2 minutes. I'm like, I
It
love it.
wouldn't take long.
I know. I love it,
Good
dude.
luck.
I thought maybe it was some sort of hazing ritual you went through, but I'm glad it was just a bad night of mushrooms.
Oh, it's a great night, of mushrooms. I'm a new person, inside and out.
Oh, you are. All right. This edition of Friday at 420, our special guest, let's get to him. I'm just going to say this, a Venn diagram of anti-maskers and people who give unsolicited advice about your swing at the driving range would be a circle. I love that. Mike Mitchell. That's genius, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's man, I was at the driving range last week and there was a dude that obviously had no idea what he was talking about, giving like unsolicited advice to women. It's like,
What do
"Oh,
you?
you
What?
just-" He was just going up. He's like, "Oh, so you just you're swinging there. You just want to keep your eye on the ball, choke up a little bit on the club, and yeah, it's all in your hips, like, buddy." And this guy was like, I was gonna say that he's overweight. Not that that matters, because it doesn't really matter if you have good technique. But like, he was not someone that you want to take advice from. And
Yeah.
He's just going around like.
You can
person to
say it.
person.
It was Eric Johnston. We saw his golf video.
Did you see his video of him working out today?
No.
Check his Instagram story.
Oh, I have got to shut that Instagram account down. Mike Mitchell, it's awesome to have you on the show again. We had a lot of fun last time you were here. We can't wait to have more fun with you this time. So we're going to jump right into it. Now, boys, because this edition of Friday at 420, I'm actually coming to you from my cottage. And while I brought the official envelopes with the topics, I could not bring the Plinko game.
Oh.
I just wasn't going to do it.
Can you make the sound effects though?
Yeah, exactly. Hey? So I'm just going to randomly close my eyes, pick an envelope, and Mike Mitchell, number 4, good choice. Your first topic on this Friday at 420 is, I wrote this. I wrote this just today. I'm very excited about this topic. Your topic on Friday at 420, Levity is back, baby.
That's the best.
That's the
all I
topic?
got.
That's the it's
You're
it's
not even
a
you're not
question,
even
it's just a
trying anymore,
statement.
Mike.
Levity. See, can you read that? Levity is back. Mike, you've played Levity. Awesome place to play.
It's the best. One of the best. I'm so excited that it's back. If if I can get some spots. That'd be even better. But I'm glad that it's back in general. Like Pat's been doing the shows at Absinthe on Tuesday, which is sweet, and it's good that comedy's back, but nothing's the same as being in the club, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have the sign behind you when you're standing in the window.
Yeah.
Levity's an awesome club. I just want to say it is a little bit sad that it's actually easier to get on Friday at 420 than it is to get a spot at Levity. That's just the nature of this show, I'm afraid. Patrick, talk to me a little bit about Levity being back. What's going on there? What are you doing there?
So officially, we are opening on Friday, August 21st. Is their first day of shows. So 21st and 22nd, we're gonna do 2 shows, and that's gonna be like our soft reopening. So we're gonna have 6 different local comics. So we haven't finalized the lineups yet. Manolis already agreed he's gonna do at least one of them. So Friday night will probably be a different lineup from Saturday night, and then the next weekend we're gonna do our official grand reopening with Sandra Battellini headlining the whole weekend.
Nice.
So it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm getting
Well,
excited.
you know what? I mean, nobody knows more about being soft for an opening than Manolis. So he's kind of probably the first one you thought of.
Dude, I've been doing squats. All right, I'm ready. I'm like the blood's all flowing in that area. I'm excited right now. I can stand up.
No, we don't want you to stand up. Manolis, you talk to me about Levity, because Patrick always has to do the heavy lifting on the Levity plugs because he works there.
Right.
But we love Levity. I mean, it's an awesome place. I love the Anchor Bar. The food there is fantastic. Patrick, what are we looking at? About 50 folks per show is what we're going to be allowed in?
Yeah,
or?
so we set it up with all the spacing and everything. We're capped at actually 48 people, and the way we set it up is we have 12 tables of 4. So because of the capped capacity, we're gonna have to do sell tables of 4 instead of individual tickets.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's gonna work out fine. We've got 12 tables at every show.
And Manolis, you played places across the country. Talk to me a little bit about the vibe at Levity, man.
It's definitely probably my favorite comedy club to do. It's because, and it's also in Hamilton. What more do you want that it's in Hamilton? And it's just got a good vibe, good energy. I've done a lot of work myself with the club. Patrick knows everything in that lobby is pretty well I brought in.
Yeah,
it's all my stuff. If that place ever closed, I don't know where I'm going to put all that stuff now. You know?
Yeah. Every time a comic comes in, if they've been there before and they come back a few months later and they see new stuff there, they're always like, "So when is Manolis moving in?" Because he's clearly slowly moving all his stuff here.
You slept there though, for sure. You've slept there, right?
Oh, come on. We've all slept somewhere. This is the thing too. This is just driving me crazy because, like, thank God Value Village opened up again. So I was like going thrift shopping, and I found so many cool things to put in Levity to decorate old album and like just cool stuff, like tons of cool stuff. But I can't because it's closed. It's just piling up in my house. It's just like I can't wait for it to be open so I can get all of the stuff out of here. You know.
You can see it all behind you. If you're watching this on Facebook Live, you can see all the stuff. It's all piled up behind you. Literally.
I bring anytime if I bring a dude here, they're like, "Oh, this place is pretty rad, man." I bring a girl, she's like, "There's no future with this guy." Zero.
But like 80% of that stuff is from the 70s too. You don't have any new stuff down there.
Oh, it's new. It's just from a long time ago. It's new to me.
If you look at Mike Mitchell's setting there, now that would be classy. That's a classy backdrop.
Yeah, look, and he has a wife, a kid, a future. Look at me. I look like a road warrior. I just came out of a Mad Max movie with and I have gasoline in my backyard saved because I know the end of the world's coming. You know what I'm saying?
And he's wearing the glasses from a 9-year-old girl he had to murder for the last ration of Spam.
All right. Let's keep this Friday at 420 going. We got our plugs for Levity in. That's what I wanted to do with that. Mike Mitchell, your first topic officially on this Friday at 420. I want you to talk to me about the stock market. What do you know? What
Oh,
don't you
shit.
know? Do you have any money invested? Do you want to invest in the stock market? Do you think the whole thing's a scam? What do you think about the stock market?
Do you have money that you can give me to invest? I would love to invest. I don't know anything about investing, man.
Nothing. You don't
gamble.
have any. Do you have any stocks?
I have a TFSA, and I don't know where that goes. I know that there's money in investments, but I couldn't tell you shit about it. Oh, I can swear that's fine. I think, right? But no, I have no idea. And like,
None.
no, if The Wolf of Wall Street came out when I was in high school, I'm sure I would have paid way more attention. But I was like stoner movies, like How High and that kind of thing.
That's like the movie The Big Short. That's another one that gives you some inside, an inside look at the situation. Is your wife the money person in your family?
Oh my God, by far, yeah. And the thing is, like, I could handle it if I had to handle it, but she she has to take care of it. So I'm like, cool, this is your thing, go nuts. But then she'll say like, well, why don't you care about what's going on with their money? I'm like, well, I don't have to. Like, you're dealing with it.
I married you.
Yeah, I am dealing with it. That's why you're here.
I often said to my wife, who takes care of all that for me, that it is one of the greatest gifts she ever gave me. Was that I don't even know. Somebody asked me once, did my water bill go up? I said, we pay for water? Wow. Like I have no clue about any of that. And it is a great gift, a very freeing thing to not have to spend a lot of time wondering if those bills are paid or is there going to be enough money at the end of the month. I don't think about it at all.
I just ask her every payday how much I have to put into our shared account. And that's it. And like, I know that pisses her off because she's already set it out. She's like, "What's in that? It's in the spreadsheet." I'm like, oh, okay, well, can you just tell me now? Because I'm just asking you. So,
Patrick Coppolino, stock market. Anything? You're a poker player. You must, it's kind of like poker.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if it's the same thing, but I've moved all my life savings into partypoker.com. I'm gonna double it, triple it.
it is.
Absolutely, man. Do you look after the money, or does your significant other look after the
we keep our finances separate, but we split all the bills and all that stuff.
Okay.
But I remember when I was a kid, I used to like see the only channel I had in my room was CH, and then so late at night, because I didn't have cable, so there's the one channel that you got, and then late at night those infomercials would come on, so I'd see all these infomercials about stock market, and like when they had like the software came out, and like anyone can do it, and they showed like a 15-year-old high school kid who's like, I put my $500 from that I got for my birthday, and now I have, they have a down payment for a house when they're older, and they made it look like, the arrow turns green when you should sell and all that stuff. So I remember thinking it would be like, they make it look like quick, easy money. But other than that, I think they taught us briefly in school, and then I don't know anything about how it works. I think I would make a lot of mistakes.
I honestly think you probably have a better luck at the poker game.
Yeah,
seriously, it's a crazy world. Manolis, you're a little older than our other two specialists here on the program. We're offering up financial advice. Do you have any?
A friend of mine that's a real smart dude, he told me that it's a good idea to buy Tesla stocks if you can afford it. But I got a buddy, and his dad is into stock market, and he contacted me about several months ago, and it said like he's a for sure thing. So I gave his dad like a lot of money, and then I told him, I said, no, I don't know.
Sounds like you're never gonna see that money again, Manolis.
I don't know. I told him, I'm like, I got all it's funny. I got all the paperwork, and it's like, dude, I'm letting you know right now, I am never gonna bother you. So you're just gonna have to tell me when it's time to cash these things.
Now you're
or whatever.
for sure never gonna see it again.
Hey,
Manolis, my friend's dad knows a sure thing too. If you want to send me $10,000,
that's about how much I paid.
My friend's dad, Bernie Madoff, is big. He's good, man. He's really good on the stock market.
Well, anyways, I have I don't even know. I bought a bunch of stocks. I have no idea I couldn't even tell you the name of them.
They were all put into weed. I
know. You're smarter than this. Your buddy. You're like, my buddy says that Tesla. I should invest in Tesla. Like, wow, Tesla. He's got some really secret insight there. Did he tell you to invest in Apple too?
I always love that story about the Apple guy who sold the stocks.
Well, for like $10,000.
Yeah, it would be worth like $1 trillion or something. Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's interesting that you guys mentioned Apple because that brings us to our next topic. This one is for you, Manolis. Apple actually just this week was certified as the most valuable company in the world. It is literally worth almost $2 trillion.
Okay.
And so there's no other company, there's no like oil company, nothing else comes close. Most valuable company in the world is Apple. So what I want to ask you guys is, are you Apple or are you not Apple? Is it okay to be Android in this world, or do you need to be Apple? What do you think, Manolis?
Well, it's very simple for me. I'm a very simple person. I am Apple because Patrick got me to get my first iPhone.
Because
I had a
Patrick's Apple.
Yeah, because Patrick's Apple. I have an Apple computer because Patrick has an Apple computer. So any problem, he's my tech guy. So any problem I have, I know he's gonna be help me because he also has Apple. He's Apple. If he was Android, I'd be Android. Put it that way. But like my first Apple phone, I was on a flip phone up till iPhone 4S. So Patrick got me to get an iPhone. I'm like, okay. So I got an iPhone 4S. And then I was like, wow, this is crazy, man. The internet's in my hand. This is nuts. And then I never went back. But I've always used Apple because I know whatever problem, whatever glitch I have with the Matrix, I know Patrick's going to be my Morpheus and get me through it.
Okay. I'm glad that Patrick put an apple in your hand and took whatever else was in your hand out of it. Patrick, you're obviously an Apple guy.
Yeah, for like 90% of things. Yeah, 100%. I don't know. I hear that argument all the time about Android, but I've owned Android devices and they're garbage. They're like
what's one thing that's garbage
They're
that
slow.
Apple does better than Android. Huh?
I've never seen a decrease in performance in any of my Apple products over time, but any Android thing, like I have an Android tablet. After I installed like 3 apps on it, it's like it takes 4 minutes to load anything, and I don't know, just the performance wise, just seems so much less.
There's also been a big decrease in performance of your friend Manolis, but that's a whole other topic.
I also
so
like that
funny.
the Apple stuff.
I
I don't know if Android's as like syncable as Apple, but like all my Apple devices are all synced. Like I have an Apple TV, I have an iPad, I have an iPhone, my MacBook, and like everything's all synced through the cloud. So I like that.
I don't know how to do that. I have like an Apple phone and an Apple computer. I don't even know what that means.
What does that even mean? Why do they sing? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Mike Mitchell, help us out here. We have one Apple guy. We got another guy who, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree for him because that guy is dropping the apples. Mike Mitchell, what are you stoked about, man?
I'm Apple. Yeah, I have the Apple headphones right now. But like, I judge people if I.
Sorry.
Yeah, but if I text somebody and the bubble doesn't turn blue to be an iMessage, I'm like,
you judge them.
Yeah, I totally judge them.
Like, you can't afford an iPhone, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I delete them. I block them as soon as I see that.
It's like, I'm not gonna ask you for money ever, I guess. Like, you know what you're getting into. The only thing is, like, dude, I have so many pairs of Apple headphones that like they change. I hate that they keep changing it with everything. Like, I don't have AirPods because I don't. Why do you need wireless headphones? Stuff like that. They just keep moving.
But then they got rid of the jack. They got rid of the jack, and then it was like this lightning jack stupid thing I've seen laying around.
I hate that you can't listen to headphones and have your phone plugged in at the same time with Apple. That's the one thing. Like,
you used to be able to. Now you can't.
Yeah. Other than that, though, whatever. I'm totally in. Same thing. Like, I've had Apple laptops forever.
I'm guessing by Mike's face, like Mike Neighbors. Every time someone talk trash about Android, you look so mad.
What?
Do you have stocks in Android?
Yeah, is that where this is going? You want us to buy stocks in your Android company? I don't need to.
This is his pyramid scheme.
I've always been an Android person. My daughters are both. They got sucked into the Apple thing. Obviously, you guys all got sucked into the Apple thing. Whatever, it's all good. You pay a lot more for your technology than you need to. That's all I'm saying. Mike Mitchell, you have a child?
I do, yeah.
1 or 2?
1.
And what is it?
She's gonna be 3 in like, what day is it? A couple weeks.
A 3-year-old daughter, man. That is
and cute. the cutest girl you've ever seen in your life.
Thanks, man. Yeah, she's a ham. She's
Which
like if. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, she's
No,
adorable.
I was just going to say, you don't ever want Manolis saying that about your grown daughters. When they're 3, it's still cool, man. Yeah,
for sure.
talk to me a little bit about your daughter, man. How cool that is.
Oh, dude, it is the best, but it's also like she's a handful, and this whole isolation COVID thing, like she's going bananas. She has cabin fever for sure. She just wants to get the hell out of here. Misses daycare, misses all of her friends.
Mhm.
But you know what is awesome though is like she wears a mask and she's totally fine with wearing a mask everywhere. She has no problem with it. But she'll like loudly judge people in stores if she sees people not wearing a mask. Like, Dad,
That's
why
so
doesn't that lady
funny.
have a mask? And I'll be like, I don't know. Why doesn't she? Like just just loud enough. People are just like, what?
That's
funny.
awesome,
Yeah.
man. That's like your Venn diagram, right? That's
Yeah, perfect.
She would have called out the guy trying to fix people's swings.
Yeah, 100%. Wait, what are you talking about? What do you know? That'd be great.
Oh, that's awesome. What's her name?
Edie.
Edie. Oh, that's so cool, man. You know what? I got to say, and I know, Patrick, you've been going through it. Manolis and I don't have to worry about it, but I know, Patrick, you and Mike have been going. Well, it's just dealing. Manolis and I are dealing with COVID just on how it impacts us. You guys are dealing with it on how it impacts your kids as well.
Mhm.
And that's a whole other layer of crap that you've had to go through, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she's Esther's the same though with the mask. Like she has no problem wearing it and stuff. She kind of knows what's going on. She's 8, so she probably she understands a little more, I guess. But yeah, the biggest thing is just like Mike said, just the whole cabin fever, like not being able to do certain things that we used to. But they just opened playgrounds again, and they just announced that they're going back to school. So she is going to school in September. But the kids have to wear masks in class. Like that's such a bizarre sight to me. A classroom
Yeah.
full of children
Wow.
all wearing masks. The teacher has a mask on. But yeah, it's scary for sure because you really gotta, once they're at school, you gotta really hope that they're doing everything they can to stay clean and safe.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a whole new world for everybody, and as they try to get used to it and all that stuff. But at the same time, I think a lot of us would agree that there's also some potential damage done by them not having all of the things that they need from daycares and from which they do get a lot from that. They get
Yeah.
the friendships and socialization and all that stuff. And you
Yeah.
don't want poor little Edie growing up to be just purely mimicking Mike.
To be a little weirdo.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Just hangs out at home all the time. You know what's good though? I mean, it's good for me. It sucks, but she's like totally latched on to Allison and won't do anything. She's like pretty over Dad right now, which gets me out of a lot of stuff. So I'm like, sorry, she wants Dad. Sorry, you're gonna have to take care of this one for like 95% of things. So it's
No.
it's okay for me, but
You know
Don't
what,
worry.
Mike? She found out you don't pay the bills, buddy.
Don't worry.
I know she knows. She knows exactly who to
She'll
hang
have
out
her
with.
she'll have her daddy issues later in life, Mike. Don't worry.
Yeah, big time.
Oh, and on that note, it's
I'm
Friday at
quite
4:20. Our special guest is Mike Mitchell. He's been kind enough to join us. Patrick Coppolino, Manolis Zontanos. Patrick, this topic is for you. Topic number 8 on this Friday at 4:20, and it is: are you a heavy sweater? Are you a perspirer? Do you perspire a lot?
No.
Does the juice flow from your body randomly?
No, not usually.
No?
I've usually been pretty good about my sweat.
You're a pretty low key guy too, though. You don't get wound up about
Yeah,
much. So
no, I think maybe that has something to do with it. My sweat's just as lazy as I am. I think it does. It's like we're not coming out. No, I
Do
really
you
got to work for it.
talk to me a little bit about when you're playing poker, because and I realize that playing poker is fun, but there are those moments when it can get a little bit tense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at an opportunity to really move on, maybe make some dough, whatever. Do you find yourself getting a little more wound up
Yeah.
then, or are you?
They actually call it sweating when when you're in situations like that. No, for me it's like, especially if it's like a big pot or something, or like I made the money in a tournament or something, then yeah, you do get that adrenaline rush for sure. Your heart starts going and your dopamine's going crazy. But yeah, I don't sit here and physically sweat in my chair though.
That's probably good. Manolis Zontanos, you have
Yes.
problems with pit stains, man?
No, actually,
Okay.
years ago I got really into the gym's closed now, but I got into cardio when I go to the gym, and I think I've done so much cardio that I think my heart's surprisingly in really good shape for considering the kind of life I live. But I did. It's funny. I did when I did that comedy now years ago. They told me that if you're sweating too much, put your hand up and we'll come down and pat you down. I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm in my head, I'm like, I'm not gonna stop. Like, I don't want to break up this flow, right? So about halfway through, all of a sudden I see this light, and I go, I think I have to stop. And then the makeup girls come to me, and she's tapping me, and she goes, they told the makeup girls to give me a message. So they're tapping me, pretending to put makeup on me, and they're going, they said you're swearing too much. Stop swearing too much. I'm like, oh, okay. And then they left, and then I started sweating.
So it wasn't sweating too much; it was swearing too much.
Yeah.
That's a good story, man. Mike Mitchell, what about you, buddy? Are you a sweater or not?
Yeah, I'm gross. Yeah, I sweat all the time. Man. I'm sweating right now. Like, it's like, you know what it is though, I think too, is I don't take good care of myself whatsoever. Like, I don't drink enough water ever. So like just the poison that I put in my body. Like, I just started drinking coffee recently. Actually, like throughout COVID, I was like never a coffee person, but every time I have a coffee now, I'm just like jittery. My palms are sweating. I can feel it right now. Like, my back is
you probably
sweating
have a pretty bad heart condition.
I do. Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
What is it? Can I ask you guys a question? I do actually sweat in one spot underneath my balls. I sweat a lot.
Wow.
Yeah. Is that?
Do you put some talc, some baby powder?
I put baby powder underneath there. Yeah, after a shower. But what is that? What is that? Does that mean I'm dying?
I think you're probably healthy at that point.
It's a lot.
It would be weird if you didn't sweat under there, I think.
I'm gonna look it up.
I would,
Jamie.
Yeah, you know what? But almost, maybe you want to see if those makeup girls would come take care of that.
Yeah, I go on my back.
All right, let's. While Patrick looks up what that means, which I'm pretty sure it's just every guy. Let's move on to Mike Mitchell's next topic on this Friday at 4:20 with our special guest Mike Mitchell. Mike Mitchell, this topic for you. What is your either favorite or the sleeping position you end up in most often? On your side, on your back, on your stomach, or just a great big lump?
Fetal position with a pillow between my knees.
Oh, wow.
There's no going back. Once you start sleeping with a pillow between your knees, I literally cannot sleep without a pillow now. Like, it's brutal.
Have you seen those pillows they've actually crafted to be pillows between the knees?
No,
no,
I haven't.
Yeah, they got like cutouts, they got grooves in them, and they fit right in your kneecaps.
If I get one of those, you'll never see me again.
It'd be gold. Which side do you tend to favor? Your right side or your left side?
Left side, usually
left side.
Yeah.
With your back to your wife or facing her?
Back. You know what? I can't. Face to face is disgusting. It doesn't matter. Like, no matter how many times she starts breathing through her nose, by the end of the night, it's like through the mouth. I don't want that. I don't, like,
We're all doing it.
Yeah, no, I know I do it too. That's the thing. It's disgusting, man.
Patrick Coppolino, on your side, on your front, on your back, in a lump.
Well, first, I got some bad news for Manolis. I looked it up. Excessive sweating in the groin area could be hyperhidrosis, which could be developed from diabetes. And then lifestyle causes that can trigger this, other causes can be non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, leukemia, and other cancers.
Everything's cancer if you look it up.
So, sorry, Manolis.
Like the universe.
But you know what? Those are the possible things for like everything that I have wrong with me. I have like a weird pain under my shoulder blade, and I'm pretty sure I have tumors. So that's what the internet told me.
You are the tumor.
Alec Baldwin did a character on SNL called Pete Sweaty Balls. Now, why do you think that? It's because it's so random. Everybody has it.
Yeah, I thought that was universal.
Yes. It's hyperhidrosis means you are an over sweater. Yes.
Yes.
Are you still with us, Manolis?
Yeah. My balls they're not sweaty right now, so everything's fine, guys.
Just checking in on myself.
I put them. Hang on.
He literally was checking. Patrick Coppolino, put away the internet. Where do you sleep? On your back, on your side, on your front, in a lump?
Usually, I can't fall asleep unless I'm like on my stomach and I have like a leg up on a pillow. That's like the only way I can fall
you
asleep.
pull the one leg up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, take up a lot of bed.
Yeah. I do fall. I think I do fall asleep pretty easily on my back, but I snore apparently now. So Lindsay wakes me up every time I'm snoring. So I try not to fall asleep on my back.
Well, how about she just let you sleep?
Because she can't sleep. Because I'm waking her up.
I can sleep through people snoring.
Yeah, I know. Some people can't. I could sleep through a tornado, but
you know what? If you're having, I think if you haven't gone to sleep yet, it's hard to get to sleep if somebody's snoring. Yeah. I think once you're asleep, then it kind of, there's ebb and flow to the whole thing. But if you're like, if the other person's falling asleep, you're watching the news or something, blah, 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 and they've fallen asleep and now they're snoring, good friggin' luck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Manolis. How do you and your sweaty balls sleep?
Sadly, this is the saddest thing that you brought this up, because I don't. Not only do I, because I think I always start on my back. I sleep on my back, but I don't sleep in the middle of my bed. I sleep on the right side of my bed, because the times I've had girlfriends, I've always slept on the right, and there's like they've slept on the left, so I just can't, and I kept doing that. But I think I still do it just to remind myself that at one time I used to have love in my life. So I sleep beside this empty spot in my bed, hoping that one day they'll I do it because I have to keep sleeping on the right, because maybe one day they'll still be somewhere there. I can't break this pattern of sleep in the middle, and then someone comes to my life and then everything's going crazy again. So I cry, and then on my back, and then I eventually go to the side, and then I go for a walk for about 2 hours through the woods, and then I fall. I usually wake up in some leaves. That's about how it goes.
That's about how the night goes, eh?
Yeah. 5 days a week.
Listen, Manolis, since you brought it up, I know that your dad went to Greece. Mm-hmm. So you got the place to yourself right now. Is it just like is the place rocking? I mean, is it chicks every night? What's going on, man?
Ooh. Who am I? I don't know. No chicks right now. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but
he would have been allowed to do that when his dad was there. His dad wants him to have chicks over.
Oh, my dad, dude. One of my last girlfriends. So funny, because I asked him this and he admitted to it. I'm like, one day I'm having sex with my girlfriend, and then like I'm a condom dude. I always use condoms, right? And then all of a sudden I looked at the package. I'm like, something's wrong with this package. And then I realized it's broken. And then I looked at the other ones, and someone put a pin through both sides, went through the whole thing with a pin, putting holes in my condoms. So at first I thought it was like, God. Yeah. So at first, this is about 10 years ago. So at first I thought, oh, it's got to be one condom. And I have a bowl of condoms, right? And I go through them all afterwards, and they're all have holes in them. I'm like, oh my God, my dad poked holes in my condoms because he wants me. He thinks in my head like, oh, if I get this girl pregnant, then I'll have a kid and I'll give up this comedy stuff. Or like, I'll just try harder with my life or something. And then I asked him, like, did you put holes in my condoms? And he kind of smiled, like, because he was like a kid that got caught doing something wrong. He's like, yeah, I did. Like this, I did. I'm like, I'm like, and I like, what am I supposed to think at this point? My dad's in his 80s. You can't yell at your dad in your 70s. My dad's in his 80s, and like what are you doing though? What are you doing? What world do you think this is okay? And then like it just laughs it off and thinks it's funny. But so
it is funny.
It is hilarious, actually.
Frightening. It's like absolutely frightening. That your dad was like, just make a baby, get out. Get out.
He's such a control freak. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm the one taking care of him. I take care of my mom. I pay all the bills. But I'm still a jerk somehow, and I need to get everybody pregnant.
He doesn't realize that if you did get someone pregnant, there's now you and a baby living in the basement.
Oh no, my dad would just have a baby, and then I would leave.
Then you
This is
leave
yours.
and keep the baby
Then I
there.
Your
finally
thing.
would leave.
You take care of it.
It's like, hey,
Oh,
you got
my
a baby.
God.
Here you go. Here's my girlfriend and my baby. I'm going to
All right.
California.
Listen, I think we got time maybe for one more topic on this Friday at 4:20. We are with Mike Mitchell, our special guest. Of course, Patrick Coppolino getting ready, getting excited for the
Mike.
reopening of Levity Comedy Club, August 21st, the soft opening.
Mike, sorry. We got to fit in. Mike's he's got a new show that he got on, I don't know where, but can you talk to him about that at the end or sometime too?
Sure,
You got a
we
new
can talk
TV
about
show,
that.
right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
I don't really feel like having Mike plug anything.
What do you want to talk about? Nah, just kidding. Shut up.
Let's get to this topic, and we'll leave room for Mike
Okay,
to
thank
show
you.
his little TV show. That's how we got him on here. Nobody wants to come on this damn show unless they got something. Thing you hate about summer. We all love summer. We know it's great, hot, it's beautiful, awesome, get out, whatever. But there's also stuff we hate. Tell me something you hate about summer. Mike Mitchell, something you hate about summer.
Dudes wearing tank tops.
Oh,
Why?
you and
I
I
don't
are
get
like,
it.
we're cut from the same cloth, bro.
Yeah, I don't get it.
That's craziness.
That's not the only thing that I hate. Like, I don't really like bees. Whatever.
Jeez.
I'm more
Bees.
anti-wasp. I don't like wasps. Bees are okay because they just kind of
All right.
bumble along. Wasps
that's
are the
fair.
ones that will attack you, right?
Like, this is the most tan that I've been in years because I actually got to go outside, and I'm like pasty white. And the first time I saw Pat, like the first show back at Absinthe, I was like, man, like I'm tan. Pat's like, are you serious? Like this is you're
Yeah.
white, man.
Well, like Patrick should be calling somebody white.
No, but I'm not going around saying I'm tanned.
that's true.
Patrick Coppolino, something you hate about summer.
There's two things. The first thing is I hate that I don't have a pool in the summer.
Okay, that's good.
But I also hate that because our summer is so short and most of our year is not great outside. I just hate the pressure to feel like I need to be doing something outside every day in the summer. Because it really gets like when I waste a nice day inside because I don't want to. I don't like, I like that. Like
you feel guilty.
yeah, I like the West Coast. It's like whatever. It'll be nice out in 4 months too. Who cares? But yeah,
It's true.
I
It's
feel
true.
like
You can put a lot of pressure on yourself to sort of make stuff happen in the summer.
you don't want to
and-
waste because then fall
No.
comes and then you get that wave of like depression that it's about to be winter again.
Manoli, something you hate about summer.
Well, once again, my parents are like very old and crazy. What I hate the most is they feel like it could be the hottest day of the year, and I'll come home and the air conditioning. We have air conditioning, and it won't be on.
Too
Like you could
expensive.
think, like it could be like you could feel like you come out from outside like, oh my god, it's like a heat wave. It's like, oh, and I see I'm like, what? Why isn't the air conditioning on? Well, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I saw 4 people die out there. It's not that bad. Like, so it's the same thing, but like old people are so nuts. Like old people are like people with homes are like that are squatters in their own homes. They squat like they don't want. Like the winter comes and like they push it as far as they can go before they turn the heat on. You know,
Yes.
it's like the windows are turning to ice, and they're like, no, it's still summer. It's like it's winter. It's December. Can we have heat? And then the summer comes. They don't want no heat. They want no air conditioning. They want a bill that has $0 on it, and like just turn the air conditioning on. Like it's insane to me. That
Just
like
a little.
listen, look, I get in my car, dude, and it's like if we're like you're like there's one window that has a crack in it. They're like these old people are like, oh my god, they think like we're air conditioning the city of Hamilton because there's this crack in the bathroom.
Yeah,
window 'cause
you'll have the windows wide open and the AC blowing.
Now, why do you think that is, Patrick? Why do you think that is? My life. Patrick will be in my car. My air conditioning's cranked all the way, and all my windows are down, and I'm
Noah's lashing
just loving life.
Is it
Loving it.
Is it the money that you're That's why your parents won't turn it on?
Yeah, but it's money. Like
Have you offered to pay the hydro bill?
I pay the bills.
Oh.
I'm the one that pays the bills.
Yeah, but with their money?
No, that's part of the deal. I take care of these old people. I take them to doctor's appointments, and I pay the bills, and I have to swim underneath my balls. Like there's like my dad. Here's like I have a record player. I love listening to vinyl. I just want to listen to vinyl. I come home. I want to turn on vinyl. I turn on my stereo. I can't. Oh, it's not working. Why? Because my dad. I have to go behind the bar, turn on the power bar because my dad thinks all the power bars are stealing all the electricity. If you're not using the power, like the things that the things are plugged into, the power that's going into the power bar is costing thousands of dollars. And my dad said, Sorry, go ahead. I have to turn on power bars before I can turn on the things before they have to turn on the things that they're plugged into.
I love that you call them these old people. When you're
these old people, yeah.
Take care of these old people.
They drive me nuts, dude.
Manoli, listen, okay? At least if now your dad's busy shutting off power bars, he's not punching holes in your condoms, okay?
You know it's so sad, Mike. Just one more thing. You know how sad it is that like now my dad's in Greece for a month. You know how like the fact that I can turn my stereo on and not have to go around I don't have to turn the power bar before the stereo, and that brings joy to my life. That makes me even sadder.
It's even sadder, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh, I can just turn on my stereo.
Oh.
Like what? I'm like, why don't why don't I just turn on the some sort of electricity in my bathtub? Like this is not how someone's supposed to. This should not make someone happy.
Drop a toaster in the tub, Manolis. It's all over. Listen, we're out of time. We're almost out of time. But before we go, normally at this time, I would give Patrick time to plug Levity and Manolis time to plug some friends of his who own businesses. But more important than that, I got to hear about Mike Mitchell's TV show. Talk to me, Michael.
Yeah. We're doing this show about it's like not as big of a deal as it sounds like. You're like, oh, a TV show. It's like, yeah, but it's on like cable access. But whatever.
It doesn't matter, man. It's TV.
People are still giving me money to make a TV show. So that's
awesome.
Cool. Yeah. So it's about me and a coworker that we work at a record store. I don't want to work at a record store. Neither does he. So I'm trying to be a comic. He's trying to be a YouTube star, and it's like all that kind of stuff. So. Yeah,
is it in the process of being shot? Have you shot some of it?
We're in pre-production right now. We're gonna start shooting. I think October is the plan, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Whenever we can get locations and start figuring out like permits and all that kind of cool stuff. But yeah, right now the plan is October, and I think it's probably like we're aiming to get it out by like March, and like really like fly through it as fast as we possibly can. But I don't know. I've never made a TV show before. I don't know how long this is gonna take.
It's going to be awesome. I would just remind you that if you're in the record store, you're working in the record store, and the record player's not working, try turning the power bar on.
Yeah.
Might have been Manolis' dad who was in there before. Mike, how do we follow you on social media, brother?
You can follow me on Instagram, Mike Mitchell, Mike with 4 I's, so MIIIIKE Mitchell. And so that's pretty much it. I mean,
that's it. So we can follow that, and you'll give us updates on how things are coming with the TV show.
Yeah, for sure. You can follow the show. We have an account. So the show is called This Is the Thing, which we named it that because when you abbreviate it, it's TITT, TITT. So TITT.hamont is the show's Instagram, and yeah, you can follow it from there. And
that's awesome. Well, we look forward to it. We'll have you back on when things are ready to roll, and we can make sure lots of people check it out because I think that sounds like a real blast.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, absolutely. Patrick Coppolino, Levity, August 21st. Keep an eye on levitycomedyclub.com for all the details. You also had a Simpsons trivia night already. That went well.
Yeah, we're going to do that the first Monday of every month.
Okay.
And then we're going to add all kinds of shows. I've honestly been thinking because we have a smaller capacity, we can kind of do more. I might do like Thursday nights will be different music nights and stuff like that too. So yeah, go to levitycomedyclub.com. I'm going to post all the cool stuff we're going to end up doing there.
If you're looking for something to do in Hamilton, check out levitycomedyclub.com.
Tonight,
there might be something there.
If you're watching live right now, tonight there's a show at Absinthe on the patio. I'll be there. Mike Mitchell will be there. Manolis will be there. But if you're listening in your car on Friday, do not go. Or you can go. There's just not going to be comedy.
Remember that part of the show earlier where we talked about the stock market? You guys should have bought stocks in some of the bars that you're constantly pumping.
Yeah, or masks.
Hand cream.
Hand cream.
Everyone's hands get so dry because of all the sanitizer. Hand cream.
Yes.
Stocks.
Hand cream stocks. Absolutely. Speaking of a guy who I'm surprised didn't buy stock in a hand cream company, Manolis,
Yes.
is there something you'd like to say?
Oh, is time? Oh, yeah. Okay. Hang on. I got.
Oh, there really isn't, but I'm letting you anyway.
Shane Goodwin, new friend of mine I just met recently, licensed and insured master whatever. He's a Goodwin Property Services Incorporated. He works in kitchens, bath, decks, fences, roof, landscape, property management.
He's in the mafia, Manolis.
Windows. He's like air conditioning. His email is sgps@rogers.com. 289-339.
No phone numbers on the radio, dude.
Okay, sgps@rogers.com. If you want to get your
Get anything.
your air conditioning worked on, Shane will do it, man. Shane's a dude.
All right. Shane's a good dude. You know who's a really good dude? That Mike Mitchell. Mike Mitchell, thank you so much for doing the show with us, man. We really appreciate it. It was awesome catching up with you. Good luck with Edie and getting back to things. And I hope Allison maybe strings you along with a few extra $20 bills each week.
I hope so, man. She's got my allowance.
Patty C., good to see you, buddy.
Yeah,
Manolis, take care.
I love you.
Until we get a chance to talk to you again, thank you so much for checking out Friday at 420 on Facebook and on Funny 820. Until we get a chance to talk to you in 7 days, have an awesome weekend!